Once again, hello. I thought of doing this video really early, like last year maybe, but I don't know the format to it. And I was like, maybe I could just improv this. So I'm improving this. And this is about Hitman Blood Money, one of my favorite games of all time. And I would say I like this game more than the reboot version or Absolution, though the older games like Contract and Silent Assassin has special place in my heart too. But this one has been, uh, how do I say this? It's been refined to almost perfection for a Hitman game. The amount of freedom is there, but the limitation and the technology back then that limits the game is also there. But they solve it in a very creative way. So this little sandbox game, about being an assassin and being a hitman and knock off people and off people like that. I haven't seen any game like this. The closest thing to well, it's not immersive sim. Is this game is just kind of its own thing. But the closest thing to this game would be DSX, Human Revolution. That's the closest thing we can get for this type of game. Of course, in the reboot, uh, Hitman, Hitman 3, Hitman Freelancer, World of Assassination, we kind of get the glimpse of what it would be like if we have like a immersive sim element to it. But it's not quite there. It's more like a gimmick more than a feature. So I would say that one doesn't really count. Still, I would say it's still an enjoyable experience. But I don't own the reboot. I think I played through Game Pass. I don't have the money to buy the full game, so I just play on Game Pass. And I gotta say, Hitman Blood Money has been kind of like my lifeline in a way, because when I want to, I don't know, play, pretend to be like a serial killer in a twisted way. That wording is very bad on YouTube. But yeah, if you wanna roleplay as like a crazy guy, just kill everyone like with a suppressed weapon, or maybe like a John Wick. You don't kill civilian, but you shoot all the guard or something like that. I think it's very much like the most like John Wick game out there, even though it's not a John Wick game. And I would say like the reboot is much more John Wick, but this game is pretty guttural. It's very raw, and I think that's the perk of being an old game. It's just raw. It feels raw because well, it's not raw. It's more like it's not raw, but it's not cooked either. It's more of a marination process. It's gonna be good. You know, it's gonna be good, but it's not out yet. It's not peak yet. What the hell am I saying? Of course it's cooked. This is peak game. I love Hitman Blood Money. It's very fun. The amount of freedom you can do and the amount of like animation for certain action, like using a fiber wall to get around someone. There's like 5, 6, 7 animation for that alone. And most people would use a gun and knock them out because you can't really show them in this game. You either guard them or you use a pistol and knock them down, or use a syringe. I think one of the neat part about Hitman Blood Money is that you can disarm guards and just throw their weapon away and just strangle them or something. But it's quite buggy. Not buggy. It's quite like it's unpolished. I would say it's not buggy. It's unpolished. It still works. And if there's no animation to play, there's gonna be one that play, which is neck snapping, which to be honest is like the best thing that you could pull off in this game. And we have like a wide range of weapon and arsenal tools. You got your pistol, you got silver baller, you got M4, AP5, SPAT 12, and Water 2000. And you could totally like roleplay as a master assassin that will leave no trace, or if there's gonna be traces, it's gonna be a message to those who try to go after them. I very much enjoy playing this game and finding more new things about it. Even though I don't really find new stuff about it, I just like the aesthetic and the gameplay mechanic that this game offer. You could play like me, a total psychopath who just maul his way through bodies and bodies. Though some mission have, limitation, and it's not as fun to play because it's a map that was crafted as a filler content. Yeah, it's a weird thing to say that Hitman map is a filler content, but yeah, there's some bad one out there that I don't particularly enjoy doing, which I don't have in this video or like footage because it's just that boring. But when the time is right, it's kind of fun. So even filler maps are fun. Compare this to the reboot, it's probably gonna be the one where you have to infiltrate the freedom fighters camp. That one has limitation because you have to switch, like disguise yourself as the soldier to do anything at all, unlike other maps. But that's the mistake from the first reboot. After that, it's pretty much it's pretty good. It doesn't really force you to do anything. As long as you're smart about it, you can do anything. The amount of violence this game have is kind of weird because it's a very violent game, but it's not getting like, I don't know. I just feel like this could be on the same realm of Manhunt because you can just walk around and just kill innocent people. An exception with that cops, just killing actual innocent people. Just like our boredom. You can do that, and I'm not opposed that the thing and gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't be able to do that. No, I think it's interesting that you just let your players run wild with the idea, and I think that's the reason why Hitman series is interesting and fun because it stay like that for throughout all the series. It's not like, okay, so I'm not gonna I'm just gonna diss Ubisoft. So basically, in most Ubisoft games, you kill civilian, there's gonna be like a warning and tell you that this is not good. Apart from a specific game that actually let you kill civilian or punish you for doing so, Hitman series has stayed as a game that you can just kill anyone, civilian or not, except target that you have to actually protect. That kind of thing is rare nowadays. People play safe, don't kill civilian unless it's a RPG or immersive sim. Or maybe we don't have enough RPG games or immersive sims nowadays. But I digress. I don't know why, but the phrase human casualty is like civilian casualty is a acceptable casualty is such a perversion, such a perverted way of saying like human shield or human life is acceptable sacrifice. And there's a lot of footage that I capture. I'm watching them right now, and some of them are pretty good, like John Wick style, just clearing the room, just clearing the room and just mold out bad guys. Well, not bad guys. Most of them are just doing their job. The bad guys are the target, or maybe not. Some actual bad guy. I mean, they are bad, but they are not as evil as the one in, I would say, like in the reboot. I certainly spend more time playing in certain mission in Human Blood Money, so I have some footage of those specific mission. And this one on a boat, not a boat, a ship. If I say a boat, people are gonna like correct me and be like, oh, that's a big ass ship, not a boat. Get it right, you dumbass. And they'd be right. They'd be right. It's a ship, not a boat. And sometimes the enemy or like NPC, as long as a loaded weapon around them, they might pick it up and fire back at you, which the even the target, some target have that. Meanwhile, in reboot, we don't quite have that, apart from certain exclusive, target. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, you can also take people as body shield. It feels pretty meaty playing Hitman Blood Money. I feel like the game is trying to find its ground, and I don't know, it just evolved into Absolution because I don't know, like the direction is like it's like people fighting over the direction of the game. They almost scrap the voice actor, the original voice actor up 47 as well. So, but that's a topic for another day. There's plenty of fun to be had in Hitman Blood Money, and I'm not exaggerating any part of the game. Although running this game on newer hardware can be tricky, but it's doable. I tried and it's doable. All right, that'll be it. I don't really write script or like make scripted video anymore. I just improv because that way I can do it naturally and I don't have to stress the idea of having to write like a script and just read them out loud. It's pretty stressful doing that, and doing improv is much more. I can adapt to it, and it's much more free to do that. It's more fluid. It's more fluid. So if you like the video, like the video. If you want to see more like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me on Ko-fi or Ko-fi to fund my new eyeglasses and pay my groceries, link in the description. And I'll be seeing you in on the next video. Hopefully it's gonna be about something that I equally love as much as I do with this game. Alright, that'll be it for now. Goodbye. Ciao.